and he threw over to Nick Curtis playing third for a double play. 3-1 pitch is hit on the ground by Luke, scooped up by Meadows, flips to Adams, throw to first base for the double play try is a little bit late. But the Bulldogs get the lead runner on the 6-4. It's 350 to dead center. Pitch is hit hard into the air to left field. Back goes George Lucke, but this ball is over his shoulders and bouncing up against the fence. Indians have a chance to maybe score a run, but Greg James will put on the stop sign as the Bulldogs send it to home plate. A beautiful throw from the left fielder Lucke to the shortstop De'Ara Meadows, who fired it home to Dalton McBride. And for the Indians' sake, it was a good thing that Greg James put up the stop sign. Otherwise, the Bulldogs had a chance to get it out at the dish. 2-2 swing and a miss, strike three. Tyler Luke with a big strikeout, 2 down. And now it's pitcher versus pitcher. Luke will take on Dylan Crawford, right-handed hitter. Dalton McBride is the first player ever in which I've called the father and the son. I've been doing this since '82. Swing and a miss, strike three. Tyler Luke with back-to-back strikeouts to end the first inning with runners in scoring position. It's second and third. So we played one inning, and we have no score on opening day at Vidalia between the rivals, the Toombs County Bulldogs and the Vidalia Indians on Y101. Second brings up George Lucke. He's always been a good hitter. Going back to his middle school days in a playoff game at East Lawrence. He had a home run over the fence. Little guy with some pop. Takes a strike outside edge. 0-1. Played B team last year as a third baseman and an outfielder. Where's number 14 for the Bulldogs? Yeah, there are a lot of new names in the starting lineup today. Only D.R. Meadows and Tyler Luke were in the starting lineup in the Bulldogs' last game of 2014 at Cook County. 0-1 pitch. Slightly above the Bulldogs, above the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lukey's a right-handed hitter. Steps back in. Dylan Crawford is winding. He sets up first base side of the rubber, and this ball's hit hard. One hop and ricochets off the third baseman, McFadden, into foul territory. That'll be a base hit. Pulled it hard. So Lucke with the Bulldogs' first hit, and that'll bring up Alan Beverly. Curveball's hit on the ground, left side. Off the glove of McFadden. Now he picks it up, fires to first, and safe at the bag. That'll be an error. Nick Curtis got the 2 McFaddens on the left side of the infield. Jason and Jordan, third base and shortstop. Eric Tillery's the second baseman. The ball skips away from Christian J. And Alan Beverly scoots down to second base and into scoring position for the Toombs County Bulldogs. That'll be a wild pitch. Back at second. Taking his time, now delivering the pitch. It's hit up into the air, right behind first base. Back goes Dixon. He's going to drop in for a base hit. Alan Beverly will stop at third and retreat. Nick Curtis with a little blooper down the right field side. Behind the first baseman, Paul Dixon. Jared Bright couldn't get there soon enough, and the second baseman, Tillery, didn't have a shot. And the Bulldogs with 2 hits, and now runners on first and third. Brian Fitzgerald in the coaching box at third. Hunter Adams, one of the assistants at first base. Coaches Hayes and Beasley in the dugout. And the 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball. It's a high hopper right side of the infield. Not fielded by the first baseman. Second baseman throws to first base, and it gets away from the pitcher, Dylan Crawford, as a run scores. And Nick Curtis moves down to third base as the Bulldogs take a 1-0 lead. And the 1-2 pitch. Call strike 3, inside edge. 3 straight Ks for Tyler Luke and the Toombs County Bulldogs as they whip the ball around the infield. 0-1. If you're a Bulldog pitcher, you're going to pitch quickly because that's the way Brian Fitzgerald likes it, even with runners on base, and Tyler's ready to go. Ball's hit up in the air to right field. Logan McGowan going back, and he catches the ball over his shoulder. 2 down. On a ball that was well hit by Devin Williams to the opposite field. 2 strikes. Here's a stretch by Tyler Luke, and the pitch is hit up in the air. This one will stay in play. Lane Adams, the second baseman, drifting over, but the first baseman, Nick Curtis, catches the ball going down to his knees. The wind, I guess, playing with that one because it's still blowing out to center field. And that's out number 3. Good catch there with a runner at first, moving to second for the third out of the bottom of the second inning. The Bulldogs scored one at the top of the frame. They lead 1-0 going to the third. As we take a break, you're listening to Dog Baseball on Y101. Breaks off the plate, 1-0. Lane is a left-handed hitter. Always has been a good backside hitter. 1-0 pitch, swings and fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Those two brothers that have played for the Toombs County Bulldogs, Evan Adams and, of course, Justin Adams, who graduated from the Naval Academy back in May. Went on a trip down to South America. There's a liner, backside, and in for a base hit into left field. That's a typical Lane Adams wild pitch and walked a batter. And then another wild pitch, second and third. There's a ball hit hard into that gap into right center field, in for a base hit. Lane Adams stumbles and he goes down to the ground, rounding second, and actually ran into the shortstop McFadden, and he'll go back to second base. Hard hit ball by McGowan. And now they're going to give him third on interference. So Lane Adams will move down to third. And yielded a run in the second, and the other 3 in the sixth. And he faced 29 batters on that day. Liner caught and snagged by the second baseman, Lane Adams. 1 down. Breaking ball hit right side, rolling over to the second baseman, Lane Adams. Scoops it up, fires it over to Curtis, 2 down. So Lane busy in this inning, snagging a liner and making that play. Luke taking his time before this pitch as well. Here it is, hit hard into right field for a base hit. Kind of a hanging breaking ball, I guess. Tillery 2 for 2. He smacked it. Runners on first and second. 2 outs, and here's Dylan Crawford. Jumps on the first pitch and pops it up to Lane Adams, the second baseman, drifting back. He's on the grass, and he squeezes it for out number 3. He recorded all 3 outs, catching 1. Got a put out on a grounder and assist. And, of course, catching that one. And that's out number 3, stranding runners on first and second to end the bottom half of the third inning. So Tyler Luke, in the odd frames, has gotten out of tough situations, leaving runners at second and third. And the first with 2 Ks, and that situation right there, first and second, with a pop-up to the sophomore Lane Adams. We play 3 innings, and the Bulldogs lead the Vidalia Indians 1-0 as we take a break. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball on Y101. 2000s, and every time I come here, broadcast a game on the Y101, I ask the same question. If you listen to these games, you know the answer. Swing and a miss, and a breaking ball gets away from McBride. He'll toss it down to his first baseman, Nick Curtis, for the out. Good train story. Here's the pitch, hit up into the air. Into very shallow right field. In comes Logan McGowan, and he makes a catch at the belt level, 2 down. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a ground ball to D.R. Meadows. Bunch of hops, and he fields it and fires to first for the Bulldogs' first defensive 3 up and 3 down of the 2015 season. Good pitching from Tyler Luke on a strikeout of the first batter. Then a catch by McGowan, and D.R. Meadows fielding a grounder. It was hit sharply, but Adam, a 3 up and 3 down. We played 4 innings, and the Toombs County Bulldogs lead the Vidalia Indians. The score 1-0 Dogs as we take a break on Y101. A single last time up, grounded out to the second baseman first time up. He went backside for his base hit in the third inning. And he's a left-handed hitter. And he goes backside again. Let's see if he can deposit this one into left field, and he does. Bouncing right in front of Devin Williams for his second hit. Dogs on first and second. 1 down. McGowan stepping back in. Spreads out at the plate with an even stance. Here's a pitch from Crawford, bouncing away, so the runners move up to second and third. Well, nobody's had a big frame, obviously. 1-0 ball game. Both teams have had numerous scoring opportunities. The Bulldogs left a runner at second in the last inning, and at first and third in the third. Scored their run in the second inning. 1-1 pitch to McGowan. Swings and hits it hard into right field for a base hit. That'll score 1 dog, and Brian Fitzgerald will hold up the runner coming to third. Lane Adams touches home, and the Bulldogs lead 2-0. Logan McGowan again going into right field for an RBI hit. Now, he's a cleanup guy. He's supposed to be the RBI guy this season. New role for him. And he comes through. Here's the wind behind home plate, looking up at the flag in center field. Kind of blowing left to right now. Not too hard out there. Strike as Lucke was backing away. That's the second time we've seen that reaction from a Bulldog hitter where they're backing away. The pitch is called a strike and they go, oh. Last time it was Nick Curtis. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball's hit hard into the air to left center field. Here's a run by Corbett. It's by him and bouncing around near the base of the fence. That scores a Bulldog, and runners on second and third on the first extra base hit of the season by George Lucke. I told you he's got some pop in his bat early in this broadcast, and that he once hit a home run in a game at East Lawrence in middle school. And he hit some shots last year for the B team, and he is 2 for 3. No balls, 2 strikes on Nick Curtis. Runners on second and third for the Bulldogs, leading 3-0 top of the 5th in a 7-inning game with a JV game to follow. And the 0-2. Off the end of the bat and hit to the second baseman, Tillery. He charges it, scoops it up, throws to first, close play, safe, and a run scores. It'll be an RBI for Nick Curtis, his second hit. Tillery thought he had him, and he throws his hat down to the ground. Dogs leading 4-0. Bulldogs leading 4-0. Bottom half of the 5th inning. I've been updating you on former Bulldogs. I haven't talked too much about Patrick Kraft, other than that he had a 1 for, 3 or 4 game yesterday. Ground ball scooped up by the third baseman. Beverly fires it to first, a little low, but caught by the first baseman, Nick Curtis. Patrick also started a doubleheader at Auburn Montgomery. He went 0 for 2 in one ball game and 1 for 3 in the other. Ground ball to D.R. Meadows, but it takes a wicked hop, scoots high up into the air, and everybody's safe. What did that ball hit? As he was putting the glove down, it shot straight up in the air and came back near the mound. Must have hit a rock or something. Luke delivering a 1-0 pitch, and it's hit up into the air to left field. And over comes Lucke diving, and he caught the ball. Corbett tags, and he's going to score. What a catch by George Lucke. And that's not the first time in his Bulldog career he's made a diving catch like that, but I believe it's the first time as a varsity player. Dogs yield a run, but what a play. And this possibly could be his final inning of pitching today. But we shall see. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Fastball's hit into right field, dropping in for a base hit. Here comes Tillery, coming to the third base bag and stopping there. Runners on the corners. Strikes, runners on first and third. Key sequence of this ball game with the Dogs leading 4-1 and 2 outs. And now the runner off first base, and what will the Bulldogs do? Are they going to run him back? Got to rush a runner at third, and he's going to score a run. Oh, they tagged him out. They got him before he got back to first base. The Bulldogs able to get the out at first base as the runner at third was breaking to the dish. So that's an out right there without the Indians scoring a run in that first and third situation. But the Indians do score 1 on the ball hit into left field. And the Bulldogs lead 4-1 as we go to the 6th inning and take a break. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball on Y101. We don't have many catchers this year. I know Lane Adams can catch and Tyler Luke can catch. One's pitching, one's playing second. This ball's hit up in the air to right center field. Back goes McGowan toward the fence. It's going to bounce up against the fence. McGowan picks up the ball, tosses it in, and it'll roll over to D.R. Meadows. And that's a leadoff double for Dylan Crawford. D.R. checks a runner at second. Here's his pitch, hit up in the air this time. Very shallow on the right side of the infield, and Nick Curtis will squeeze it 1 down. Gets a sign from Dalton McBride. Looks back at second, deals. Ball's poked into right field. McGowan coming in, dives, and the ball's by him and bouncing. And the Indians had to play it close because he almost caught that ball, so they weren't running at full speed, and the bases are loaded. What was almost a real nice catch. Right side of the infield for the Dogs. Lane Adams at second, Nick Curtis at first. 1-1 pitch. Popped up in the air, out of play behind home plate. Bases loaded, 1 down. And on deck is Blake Corbett, the leadoff guy for the Indians. He was 1 for 2 today. Stretched by DR. 1-2 pitch. Little liner. Caught by Lane Adams. Throws to second for a Bulldog double play. Lane Adams catching his second liner, this time jumping up in the air and throwing it over to Alan Beverly at the second base bag, and the shortstop put his foot on the bag and recorded a dog double play. I wondered if DR had a double play ball in him. It wasn't on the ground, it was in the air, and he had one. And a big threat for the Indians. Bases loaded, one down, ends on that shot right there that could have been a base hit had Adams not timed his jump like he did. So the Dogs still lead 4-1 as we go to the 7th inning and take a break. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball on Y101. So right-hander against right-hander with the wind kind of blowing out to center field again, where it's 350 that way. Breaking ball stays high. 1 ball, no strikes. I would love to see Tyler get a fastball and put a good swing on it and see where it goes. Swings and hits this one hard down the line. It's going to roll into the corner. Tyler Lucke rounding first, digging for second base, running not too hard because he doesn't have to. He strokes a double. Bulldogs' second double of the ball game, third for both teams combined. Tyler Lucke nailed that one right down the line. Foot and a half about hit the Indians unofficially 10-6 in the ball game as we go to the bottom of the 7th with the Dogs leading 4-1. It's DR Meadows against Blake Corbett, and the first pitch is lined into center field. Base hit. Corbett is 2 for 3, a single in the first. Now the 7th. Tyler Lucke is playing third base for the Dogs. Alan Beverly short. Lane Adams second. Nick Curtis holding on the runner at first. The ball is poked into left field. In comes George Lucke. Will play it on a hop. Another base hit. Runners on first, second baseman for the Indians. Looking at his wrist. It's over the plate. Here's the pitch. Swings and hits it hard into left field. In comes Lucke. It's going to bounce in for a base hit and bounce near him, and he keeps it close enough to toss it into Lucke to keep an Indian from scoring. That would be Blake Corbett. So now on 3 singles to start off the frame, the bases are loaded in a 3-run game. McFadden against Tyler Lucke, a strikeout, a walk, and a single. 1 for 2. He's a right-handed hitter. Calling time, so he steps out. 1 ball, 1 strike. DR working from the stretch with the bases loaded. Breaking ball's poked into the air into right field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Corbett coming to the plate. Here's a throw. It's going to bounce around, and it's picked up the third base line by Dalton McBride. So that makes it 4-2, and the bases remain loaded and still nobody out. But now having to throw strikes with the bases loaded, and he winds, and here it is, and it just missed low ball 4. That brings in a run and makes it a 1-run game. 4-3. Here's a windup and Nick Curtis at the pitch. Swinging a liner into right field for a base hit. That'll score 1. Logan McGowan throwing to the dish. Runner held up, and the ball's cut up by the first baseman, Alan Beverly. And we got a tie ball game at 4-all. Bring the infield in. This ball's poked up in the air, right side, Alan Beverly. Looking, did he find the ball? Lane Adams reaches out and makes a catch. Going toward the outfield grass and into it. Beverly playing first base, not a typical position for him, had lost the ball, and Lane Adams made a great catch just reaching out with the glove. Otherwise, the ball game's over and the Indians win. Instead, bases loaded, 1 down, and now the bottom part of the order up, the 8 and 9 hitters, who combined have just 1 hit, that a single, but Devin Williams, righty against righty. Bulldogs still have the infield in left and right. Here's a pitch. Upstairs. Bulldogs asked, did he go around? Field umpire says no. 1 ball, no strikes. Williams with a fly ball to right, a ground out to short, and a single. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped off to the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curtis could really use a strikeout right here. Then you could pull the defense back with 2 down. Then attack the number 9 hitter, Christian J. Dalton McBride, the catcher, into his crouch. And here comes a 1-1 pitch. And it was moving, but inside and low, and it's 2-1. McBride has done a good job behind the plate, freshman. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's a pitch. Hit up into the air, deep into center field. Over comes George Lucke to catch the ball, and a run's going to score, and the Indians are going to win the game on the sac fly. Devin Williams gives Vidalia a come-from-behind victory, 5-4. As the Indians muster up 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to beat the Bulldogs 5-4. And the Bulldogs played such a fine game today. Tyler Lucke pitched so well. Bulldogs had 10 hits, left some runners on base, and let the game slip away in the late innings as they lose their opener in 2015 by 1 slim run, 5-4 at Vidalia. We'll take a break and wrap it up on Y101.